There is a story in the Bible, Minister Witherspoon, that Jesus comes to the disciples walking on water. The fact of the matter is, that's something that should not be done, but Jesus did. Don't limit God. The Bible talks about how he fed even to 5,000 people, not counting women and children, with just fishing loaves. What man can't do, God can do. Don't limit God. Look at somebody and say, don't limit God.
Don't limit God.
I was thinking about, there are so many things that we have put aside that God has placed in our heart because we don't believe God can do it through us. But I'm here to tell you today, don't limit God. Because God can take nothing and make something out of it. If I could just take 2 minutes out of your time here to deal with Genesis. Everybody say Genesis.
Genesis.
You don't have to turn there, but the fact of the matter is Genesis will declare, don't limit God. He can take what you don't see when there is nothing and make something for you to live on.
That's right.
Don't limit God. God can take blind and open blinded eyes and you will see from that. He will take deaf ears and open deaf ears and they'll hear from that. Don't limit God. God can take anything that he wants to do in our lives and do it because he's God. The challenge is because we compare our limitations to God's unlimited access. What we tend to do is we tend to bring God down on our level of possibilities. We draw him in saying, he can do this because I can do this. This makes sense to me, so this is the way it has to go.
God never makes
But
sense.
please understand, God often does things and says things so you and I can get it. But don't ever think that we can bring him down on our level for possibilities.
That's right.
Because we are never able to do what God can do. Where I stopped is while I was listening to something on the television the other day. I was listening how the doctor said that this was an incurable disease. And I didn't have a problem with that. Because for the doctor, it is incurable. But I know somebody who can take the incurable and say, be healed.
Yes.
And there's no other repercussion from it because God is way past our ability. Look at somebody and say, don't limit God.
Don't limit God.
So the Bible shows us here in the book of Luke, the 18th chapter, and the 27th verse, Jesus says, the things which are impossible with men are possible with God. There's another scripture I want you to turn to, Mark 9 and 23. Mark 9 and 23. Would you go there with me? Mark 9 and 23. I know you're saying, preacher, you're going to hook these two together. Yeah, I'm going to hook them together today. Mark 9 and 23. You remember how the man brought the child and asked the disciples to heal him. And the child, the son, begins to go into all of these different things. So he brings him, they couldn't heal him, he brings him to Jesus. And he said, you know, I asked your disciples to pray for him, get him out, heal him, but he couldn't do it. And at the end of this, of course, Jesus not only heals the son, but he says something in verse 23. Are you there? Everybody there?
Yeah.
Look at this. Jesus said to him, if you can what?
Believe.
If you can what?
Believe.
All things are possible to him who
Believes.
believes. First verse we read said the things which are impossible with men are possible with God. Second verse we read says, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who does what? Believe. And so for just a few minutes, I want to deal with believing God for the impossible. Believing God for the impossible. Everybody say, believing God, for the impossible.
For the impossible.
Say it with a little more authority. Say, believing God,
Believing God
for the impossible.
for the impossible.
Now, I need you to go with me here because I need you to go past what you can't do. I need you to think past, I need you to look past what people have already counted you out of. I need you to go past your inabilities because what most people would do is they will not believe God for something they can't do. Right. I think they missed it.